I'll start this video by saying that I'm not making anywhere near 100K a month yet, but what I do want to make this video about is the idea of sacrifice and how you need to give up what you currently have to make room for what you're going to have next or what's coming for you. And that's basically the situation that I found myself in very recently. So just about a month ago, I had um, yeah, about probably more clients than I've ever had before in my info operating business. And I realized that I could not still have all of those clients and gain the bigger opportunities, gain the bigger clients that I wanted to have. So I had to give up multiple clients just to make room for what was coming. I had to give up those clients to take a risk. And that is basically what made me want to make this video, to tell you that you might need to give up some things that you're working on right now or some things you have right now to make room for what is to come. And for me, that was in the form of clients. So there's quite a few clients that I had been working with for over a year on just small copywriting projects like writing emails, writing mostly emails, and then even for one client, writing LinkedIn posts. Which is not the type of thing that I want to be doing long term, because I am as some people would call a growth operator. I do more things with the funnels. I want to actually take big percentages of businesses and then make those businesses a ton of money. So that makes me a lot of money as well. And that is just not something that my current position was allowing me to obtain in the relatively near future. So what I decided to do, I recently dropped most of those clients. I dropped one. I'm dropping, yeah, basically parting ways with two of them kind of mutually, and then I have one that I'm going to be dropping this month, and then one that I've already dropped, and that's four clients completely gone, which added up to, on average. Oh, and then there's also a massive one that I also dropped, which I did have a rev share on the business, but we could talk about that later while I dropped that last client. But basically, it all totaled out in ending. Um, Ending up to be around 8,000 US dollars a month in personal revenue slash profits, same thing for myself. And I have basically given up all of that in this month of February, or you might be watching this in early March, but in the month of February, basically to go all in on a new opportunity that I've gotten with a new client who we are going to be launching his coaching program for in early March. Now, the idea behind this is I just did not have the time. I did not have the time to um, actually put in the proper work for this new client when I still had all of this baggage of the past client. So I was always thinking in my head, I should just keep these past copywriting clients that I was still working with just because they were low effort and I was still making a decent amount from them. So that's like the four smaller clients that I already um, talked about. Maybe those were paying me anywhere from like $2,000 to $4,000 a month. And then I was thinking, look, I'm only spending, I don't know, an hour or like less than an hour per client um, every week for these few clients. So I might as well just keep them and then keep the money as well. But what I quickly have realized since thinking like that is that my time is actually worth much more than I thought. And I know that if I could spend those few hours now working on this new client launch, maybe what would have made me that 2 to 4K, just using that same time and translating it into building for the future might make me another 5 to 10K. It's just, you need to think a long term like this. What will be the best place to spend your time? And then the last client that I dropped is a little bit of a different scenario. So for this client, I've been working with him since late August 2025. And it was a much different product that I'm used to working with. However, I also was like we were seeing results with everything. We were seeing pretty good results in terms of actually like revenue and profit. But I was able to get a kind of sense in the business that it wasn't going to be a business that was going to last too long, just because um, the fulfillment side was not there. It was kind of the type of mentality where it was like the customers are gonna buy the product, we will deliver that product to them, and then that's it there. We're not trying to over deliver, we're not trying to continuously improve the product. And I know that is a bad mindset to have when it comes to the info product space. Why do I know that? Because I've experienced quite the opposite in one mentorship in particular that I've joined in the past. I was clearly able to tell that the three coaches in there were not just looking to have something where they were going to be just delivering the exact service that each of the students in that mentorship purchased. No, each of those three coaches were um, giving it their all. And I'm not going to name all three of them, but I'll name the head coach in that community was Ben Bader, who recently passed away. I know he's a pretty big name in the info space, though, so you might know who that is. And that is the type of it was called Artisan Lab, was that mentorship. And that was the type of mentorship that I was in. I joined in October 2024, and I was able to tell that that's the type of business that will last a long, long time. That was the type of business that, I mean, unfortunately, it was um, short-lived because the head coach and founder Ben passed away just August or not August October 2025. I think that was October 23rd, 2025. But I was able to tell that that was the type of business that could last ages and ages, like years and years, as long as it's, evolving, just because the students were getting results and the coaches really wanted the students to get those results. Um, while that's just not the type of feeling that I had about this other client, so I knew it wasn't going to last too long. Therefore, I know that my time will be better spent on building for these future clients I'm making room for. And that can really also relate to other areas in your life. So, for example, I am only 16 years old. I'm doing online virtual high school now. It's actually like 2:58 p.m. right now. Actually, maybe high school kids would be home by that time. But I'm able to do stuff like this in the middle of the day, or I'm able to have meetings in the middle of the day just because I left the baggage, left the lower priority work of regular high school to just take on a higher leverage thing of online high school, which makes me put more time in the business. And that might be the similar scenario for you if you're already making money and you're young. Maybe you need to think about how you're going to arrange your school life or your work life. Maybe think about how many hours you're going to take at your job because you know you're building a business on the side. It's all stuff you need to consider of when will it be worth it for you to really cut off that past baggage to make room for the new. And that's my story of how I gave up 100K a year to get a chance at making 100K a month. Obviously, not yet, but in the near future, God willing. Um, so, yeah, that's basically the end of this video. This is going to be a channel I'll be posting YouTube videos on weekly. So if you are an info operator, for anyone in the info space, anyone in the sales space for info products, I definitely recommend you subscribe to the channel. I'll be making some videos talking like this, but also a ton of breakdowns and actual whiteboard videos giving a lot of value. So make sure to subscribe, like the video if you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one.